G'day guys, Eddie here from Video Guys Australia, and in front of me is something that could shake up the prosumer wireless mic space from Sennheiser. This is the all-new Sennheiser Profile Wireless Microphone set. It's a very nicely built, high-quality wireless mic kit that has a lot of features we've come to expect from this type of microphone and has some features that the other players haven't thought of. The Profile Wireless features 2 transmitters to 1 receiver, onboard recording, and safety channel modes, just to name a few. There's an easy-to-use OLED touchscreen display on the receiver to monitor your audio and change your settings with the flick of a finger. And the package includes a charging bar, which interestingly also doubles as a handheld interview mic. Looking inside the box, we see a zip-up case. Inside this, we find what we're all waiting for, the goods themselves. This charging case contains almost everything that the Profile Wireless comes with. On the side, we have the receiver, power button, and battery indicator. Then underneath the interview foam on the top, we have space for both transmitters. These can be ejected by pressing the buttons on each side of the unit and just sliding them out like so. The receiver is ejected from a button underneath the unit. That one, you press that, you flick it, pops out of the top of the case. Next to the receiver release button over here, we have 2 magnet mounts hidden in the front just there. These are extra mounts just to clip your transmitters onto whatever you need to. Now these have a way of sliding the magnets out that I find super satisfying. One side of the magnet mount is angled, so you just push down on that side and slide the magnet away. I could fidget with this for hours. Next to these magnets, we also have this really handy 1/4 inch mount. Finally, turning our attention to the back of the case around here, we have this little hatch around the charging port. Flipping this one open will give you your USB-C, Lightning, and shoe mounts that fit into the receiver. This will make sure you can attach the receiver to every device you could need to use this with. The only things not stored in the charging case are detachable windshields for each transmitter and your 3.5mm connector, which can be found in the lid of the zip-up case. Once we pop out the receiver, we can very easily grab the adapters to go into a Type-C, Lightning, or a shoe mount device. On the side, we get our 3.5mm output port, as well as headphone monitoring port and Type-C. As briefly touched on before, the receiver has an inbuilt OLED touchscreen. In this one, the menus are really easy to display. The main screen gives you all the info you're going to need for your transmitters to keep an eye on any of the monitoring issues without actually popping a set of headphones in. Moving to the transmitters themselves. These are placed in the charging case to store them and can be used with the charging case as an interview handle. However, once they're popped out of the charging case via each button on the sides, we get to see the neat shape of these. They're nice and slim with a recess around the top to plug in a locking 3.5mm lav like a Sennheiser ME2 or similar microphone. They also feature a power button on the side here. Now these are slightly recessed in, so they're much harder to accidentally bump and press by either you or your talent to stop you turning the device off or accidentally stopping the recording. They have the same camera shoe size clips that most other brands use, but they also have a cool little 1/4 inch camera thread in the center of each transmitter's clip, which I'm surprised hasn't been done before now. This will be super handy for a lot of applications where you need a mic hard mounted in a super weird location, and it works better than using tape. Each transmitter has a range of 245 meters line of sight and 150 meters with obstructions back to the receiver. It's nice to see that Sennheiser are rating both distances, as it's hard to know the typical range of a mic like this because not everyone is exclusively using these mics in an empty field. The Profile Wireless has a battery life of over 7 hours, and each transmitter has a built-in storage of 16 GB, which equates to 30 hours of local recordings. The internal recording can not only be triggered with their dedicated button, but also from the receiver itself. Now, the Profile Wireless is missing one big feature that the other big players have on their internal recordings. It's missing 32-bit onboard recording. But what it does have, however, is a dual stream safety channel recording, meaning each device records 2 tracks internally at your desired level, and then another track at 6 decibels lower than that. Here's an audio test of the Profile Wireless so you can hear just how nice these sound for yourself. Because describing how audio sounds is super hard, I'll instead let you have a listen to me babble for a little bit to get a good feel for how these mics sound when in use. What do you reckon? Let me know down in the comments below. A cool feature built into the transmitters is the Activate Backup Recording mode. This is an onboard recording mode that will automatically start recording internally when the signal to the receiver becomes weak. This is a feature that seems so simple and obvious that it's hard to think that Sennheiser are the first ones to do this in this type of device. But what are your thoughts? How will these shape up against the competition? Will Sennheiser's new mics be enough to overthrow the Prosumer wireless microphone kings of DJI and Rode? That's for you to decide down in the comment section below. While you're there, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. You can check this one out at our website, videoguys.com.au, or in the description down below. But that's it from me. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing. As always, I've been Eddie for Video Guys Australia. See you in the next one.